and welcome to this episode of Playmakers. This weekend, UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. Former featherweight champion Max Holloway will take on Yair Rodriguez, and it is going to be a banger. And some great news, Whānau. The Blessed Express has pulled up here at Sky Sport because joining me now is the former champ himself, Max Holloway. Kia ora and aloha, Max.
Kirha, how you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing really well, thank you. It's great to see you back on the scene. Got another fight, to bank before the end of the year. To kick it off, we'll just get your idea of the fight. What was it about this fight against Yair Rodriguez that really attracted you to it?
Everyone, every time, everywhere. That's what it is. That's what attracted us. At the end of the day, the UFC is not really. It doesn't really have a tournament style structure. So there's a lot of these guys. They're at the elevator, trying to get at the elevator and get straight to the top. There's a long line at the elevator. There's no lines at the stairs. You can meet me at the stairs. Me and my team, we sat down, we looked at each other, and we all decided, look, we're not elevator divas. We're not about that life. We're all about hard work. UFC told me we didn't have to take this fight, but that just ain't me. I'm not an elevator waiter. I'm on that stairs, and we're on that stairs. We're running hard. My whole team's with me, and even here, we had to go do fighter check-in. We went to the elevator. I said, "What the hell are you guys doing? We're taking these stairs." So we took the stairs up to go grab my equipment.
How important is it for you? You're the number one ranked fighter in the division. How important is it to stay active and to be, carrying on to work? Because, long layoffs, especially in this time of COVID where things have been, affected, how important is it to take up those opportunities?
Super important. I'm just grateful to be able to do what I love, and that's fighting. And doing it safely. I might add, and for keeping it rolling through this pandemic. So it's just good. It feels good. I love to fight. I'm a guy who usually fight 3 times a year. We tried to squeeze in that 4 times. So being here in these times like these and having my second fight right now, so it's amazing.
And coming off such a spectacular win earlier in January as well. What does this fight mean for you? It feels like you've done it all in the octagon. You've won the title, you've had all these great battles. But what is this fight? What are you hoping to show this fight against Rodriguez?
My last fight, everybody keep talking about it. They told me I threw like 770, I think, 4 strikes, and I landed like 440 something significant strikes. So hopefully this time I can hit 900. I would like to throw 900 strikes and try to hit that 550 to 600 significant strikes. I know there's like top 5 significant strikes. There's a record, and I hold the top 3 in strikes landed. So significant strikes landed. So if I could edge my name back in that and be the top 4 guy, that'd be great.
Nice. And what do you make of Rodriguez as a fighter? He seems to be, quite unpredictable, but he has had, a bit of time off. Hasn't fought since 2019. So what do you make of that competition?
We see what happens. There's pros and cons to both. Pro, he could be away and getting better in every aspect of his game, and then cons is that lights. Those lights come Saturday night is different. They hit different, or may I say afternoon for us now. They hit different. So I can't wait to see what your year shows up, and we'll go out there and we have fun.
You also talk about your boxing and how you believe you are the best boxer in the UFC, not just the featherweight division, but in the UFC. How did this all come about, that your passion for boxing and wanting to showcase that art in an MMA environment?
I love boxing, man. I love boxing. That's why boxing was one of the first thing that I just love striking. And then boxing is just a sweet science. They call it the sweet science. So it's just amazing. And then that last fight, a lot of people was just talking to me, telling me this and that. Gator was talking, saying that his boxing was this and that, and just had to remind people, that I was the best boxer in the UFC, baby, and things went well.
Well, there's opportunities that have arisen for, UFC fighters who have rated their boxing. We've seen Conor McGregor take on Floyd Mayweather. There's murmurs of Kamaru Usman, chatting up this Canelo idea. Do you think that there's opportunities for you to perhaps do the same?
Oh, for sure. We see what happens. There's nothing really that I can say. There's nothing I can really speak about it. Right now. So we see what happens. Use you guys' imagination, my friends. Use you guys' imagination. We got I'm the best boxer in the UFC, and we got some things in the pipeline, so it should be fun.
I must say, I'll be very, very happy to see it, especially seeing what you've put out in terms of boxing. There are some fighters where you see them and they're going to go and jump into fight, and you're like, oh, really? But I think in your case, I'll be really excited to see, because you can see that the technique and passion for boxing is also there, which is also something very important. What are your thoughts on that? That boxing have its respect in an MMA world?
I mean, it should go both ways. It should go both ways. A lot of people is going over from MMA, and they're doing the boxing thing, but it's not real boxer guys. So at the end of the day, I think so. We just need to respect each other's sport. I got nothing but love for MMA, and I got nothing but love by boxers. So I hopefully boxers can somewhat respect. I understand the talk, the banter between each other, selling fights, the entertainment side, but at the end of the day, it's just I respect both worlds. Both worlds is very different, and just very different. Period.
Yeah. 2021 has been an interesting year, as we mentioned. You fought in January, won that fight. You were supposed to have this fight in July this year. It didn't happen, but now it's come around. How have you stayed ready during 2021?
In Hawaii, things has opened up a little bit slowly, so I finally got to go back to the gym, which was amazing. Felt back in the gym, going back to somewhat of a normal schedule. Still kind of weird with all the lockdowns, but I can't wait. Like I said, we got hurt in July, and now we're here in November, and I just can't wait to go out there and show everybody what we've been working on.
You've had an interesting approach to your training, in your past couple of fights, the more holistic approach to your training rather than, traditional hard sparring physical rounds. Talk to us a bit more about that and your idea behind, that more holistic approach to training and sparring.
Look, I'm not telling these young kids or whatever, stop sparring, There is things that you need from sparring, experience and time, and that comes over, the experience with it comes over time, is what I meant to say. And at the end of the day, when you look at like the NFL and stuff, they don't do no hard hitting. Hard hitting is all preseason, and then during the season, it's all walkthroughs. So that's what I kind of based myself through. It's like walkthroughs, even like the top Muay Thai guys in the world, they're not sparring hard. Everything is technique. Everything is nice. Everything is speed. You know what I mean? Like they're not trying to kill their partner. And at the end of the day, that's what I learned that works for me. You only get one brain. Take care of it. I got one kid. I want more kids. And I want to be there for my kids. I don't want to be a walking vegetable or whatever for them. So I want to be there, be in their life, be present. So that's just the way we did it.
How much do you take into account the mental approach to these fights and to your training camps? Because I think when I hear you say that there is, that a lot of it is the self-belief and the psychology and all of that. How much do you implement that aspect into your training camps now, more than maybe you did 10 years ago?
A lot. I mean, I would like to think I was always mental, but lately it's been a lot of mental. A lot of smartness, a lot of just surrounding yourself with the right guys, the right team, and I'm just blessed, man. It's all in the nickname. I'm just blessed. I got a great team, great people around me, directing me into the right direction, making sure that my IQ, my smartness, not only in the cage but even in life, comes out. So I'm just grateful.
And that will put you in the best possible position if the next fight after this leads you back to a title fight against Alex Volkanovski, won't it? So, is that where this is all heading? Is it heading back to the bout?
I mean, I got 5 title fight wins, and my 6th title fight win, I would love it to be against Alex, but, the UFC discussed otherwise, There's the 155 champ. I gotta win over him. There's Conor McGregor. You know, I'm on a short list for him all the time. UFC always say, and then like you said, like I said earlier before, I'm the best boxer in the UFC, baby. So you know, it's using imagination. You know, anything can happen.
How great is it to be, you are one of the greats now. You are in UFC history now. And you have all these options. A lot of fighters don't have options like that. And you say you're blessed. And I hear in your interviews you saying, give blessings to yourself and, it'll come back to you in return. Do you kind of feel like that's the approach that you've taken and now you're reaping the rewards of that very concept?
For sure. For sure. There's only one person that gotta believe in yourself, and that's yourself. So go ahead and bless yourself always. Go bless yourself. That's what life is all about. People get too stuck. They start comparing their life, or they start looking on the other side. I had some of my friends talk to me and they said like, oh, they see this and that on IG. I'm like, brother, like, when's the last time somebody is posting bad stuff on IG? Everything is the greatest of your life on there, not the bad stuff. Everybody goes to the bad stuff, my friend. So keep pushing, keep chugging, and bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. If there's one thing I say, me and my business partner, I always tell him, he's more of he's the brains of the operation. So I got nothing but love for him. But then I always tell him, we're gonna bet on ourselves. Whenever something's not going my way, I'm gonna bet on myself all the time.
Yeah, nice one. I like that message. Look, another thing, talking about IG, something that I noticed on social media is the work that you do back home in Hawaii. You're an ambassador for the Hawaii Food Bank. That's only one of the things that I kind of know about, that I could see from social media. But, you're also in a position to be able to give back, to your people, to those who, perhaps helped sculpted you to get to where you are now and build you into the man that you are. So, what are your thoughts on that, and how important is this kind of work for you?
I mean, like you said, during the pandemic, it was hard enough in Hawaii before the pandemic, and then during the pandemic, it was bad. That's how come we partnered with Hawaii Food Bank. I mean, the percentage of unemployment rate was going through the roof in Hawaii, and I was glad to get that partnership with Hawaii Food Bank. And then recently, what we're going to announce is that I'm actually doing with a Boys and Girls Club, and the Boys and Girls Club in my hometown, Waianae, we're actually going to be working with. They got this program called What's Next, and it's just an amazing program. It's an amazing program to help them go to, if people trying to go to college or get into the military or so on and so on. It's just to help them on to the next step with their life. So it's just amazing. This world is it's all about gone out this world, you leaving it a better place than when you came in. So that's our main message. And my main message to my people of Hawaii is like, even though we're on a small island, you got loud voices. We can hang with these guys, get off the island and go explore, go be great, do something life changing. And because you can do it. If somebody like me, even in New Zealand islands, we know how it is, we know how it feels. And if I can do it, you know what I mean, if Izzy can do it, if all these other guys can do it, why not you?
That's a great message, and thank you so much for that, because even when I knew that I was going to be able to have this kōrero, this talk with you, I thought, that we're kind of not the same, but we kind of come from the same types of environments, these small little islands, with a different perception of the world. And so it's so cool to see that, there are people on those platforms that understand, even us down here at the bottom of the Pacific. So thank you so much for that.
No, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for talking to me.
No problem at all. Look, I'll leave it at that. I know you're a busy, busy man and you have so much to work for towards this weekend. I'll leave you with this. So how does the week look like for you now? What are the, how are you tightening the screws before fight night?
We got a little bit more media. We got the hard thing called the weight cutting, and then we got the fun thing called fighting. So I can't wait to get you this media, get you the hard thing come Thursday night, Friday morning, and then get you the fun thing. Have the time of my life come Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. I just can't wait for it.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Max, for joining us. All the very best for the weekend ahead, and after this fight, Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys too. You guys have a good one.
Whānau Ohana, you can catch Max Holloway taking on Yair Rodriguez this Sunday morning, UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. It's an early one, so you're going to have to set your clocks a little bit early. 7 a.m. the prelims start, followed by the main card at 10 a.m. You can catch all the action live on Sky Sports 62. That's ESPN 2. From us, ka kite.